everyone, Karen here, and today I'm starting a series of cards that I'm just going to use what I'm calling basic layouts. Now, these are going to be layouts that you can adapt to anything. We'll just change some pattern paper, change the topper, and you can change it to any occasion. We're also going to change the card fold slightly, so you can have a little bit of variation there too. Now, there's probably going to be one every week or so until we finish. Now let me get this camera turned around and I'll show you the first one. Alright, so let's go over the pieces I have cut here. Now I have a 5x7, which is a print, and any print would do. I have a 5x7 piece of paper, which is heavy cardstock, that I'm going to glue to this to give the front a little bit more structure. I have a solid 7 by 2 1/4, which is going to go on the front. I then have a 7 by 2, and I have cut 3 circles into this. Now, you can use squares, you can use circles, any shape you have that is about 1.5 inches will work on this. Now, I am going to say I am going to post the SVG for these layouts if that is something you would like to use. But if you don't have the ability to cut out an SVG, you absolutely could do these too with just your trimmer and some nesting dies. And like I said, these openings are about 1.5 inches. I have a 5x7 card base, which of course is a 10x7 scored at 5. And then for the inside of the card, I have this 3x5, and I have a 3.5 by 5.5 I'm going to layer together. And I have this scrap from when I was cutting the prints for the outside, and this one is 1 inch by 6. And that's going to go on the inside. Now, this particular card is going to be a birthday card, and it's going to be bear themed. So that's why I have, hope your birthday is beautiful. Raise a glass to more laughs and some good memories in the year to come. And I do have a happy birthday. Now, I know this has the little flag here, but you could just use a straight rectangle. That would do the same thing. So let's talk about what we're going to do here. So I have my print here, which I'm going to glue onto the front of this 5x7. Now, if you want, you could put a little bit of inking on here, which I think, given the coloring here with the keg and the bottles, I think I'm going to use honey mustard. Alright, so all I'm going to do is take my paper, and I'm just going to go around the edge just a little bit, just to give it a little something. Like that. I'm going to take my circles, and remember this could be circles, squares, whatever you have, or use the SVG, and I'm just going to put a little bit of color around the edges here. And then I'm just going to go up and down on the sides. Just like that. And then across the bottom. And here. And if you do use the SVG, you will notice that there is some stitching. Let's see if the camera can pick it up. Yeah, there is some stitching here that you can use. Alright, now I think I want to take the piece for the inside while I've got this out. And I am going to put a little bit of yellow on here. Like that, just so it matches the front. We'll put that to the side in case we want it for something else. So now I'm going to glue this down. And the only reason why I am gluing it to the 5x7 is to give it a little bit more weight, because this is a decent weight, but I would like it to be a little heavier. And also, I'm going to make this a Z-fold card, so I do want it to be white on the back. Alright, so these are both 5x7. So this will just go together like this. Now for this next part, you can decide if you want this flat, or if you want to put this on some foam. Either way will work. If it's flat, it will look like this. But I think I will put just the 1/16 foam underneath. Alright, so I've got my roll of foam. Let me grab my scissors. And I will put some foam across the bottom here, across the top, and I will put a little bit to support each of these holes. So I have a new camera and I have a new microphone, so we're going to try this out here. And we'll see, let me know if you like the two cameras and what you think. Let me pull all these papers off. And we will stick this together. Alright, now this here is 7 by 2 1/4. This is 7 by 2. So the top and the bottom are going to be flush, but it's going to have a little bit of a border on either side. There we go, just like that. So see that little bit of height now, even though it's just 1/16, so it's not really high, but it just gives you a little something. So now I'm going to fill these holes. Now here, you could fill them with anything. These could be animals, these could be flowers, these could be presents, balloons, anything. They could be for a baby card. You could put little baby things in here, baby bottles. These basic layouts are designed so you can adjust them to any occasion that you need. Now, when I'm looking at these three glasses, these two kind of look the same to me, and this one is different. So I'm going to put this one in the middle, and then these on either side. Now, when I put these in here, I could put them straight up and down, but I'm going to turn them, and I'm going to turn them so the middle one is to the left, and then the top and the bottom are to the right. And these are just going to get glued down flat. Do you want to put a little glue on that handle there? Alright, you may catch me looking up because the monitor I have that I'm looking at is a little bit above my head. May have to move that. So, whoop, see, I'm putting that one in wrong because I'm talking. So we'll put that one in that way. And we'll put some glue on this one. Alright. So now this panel here, once you put something in here, it doesn't really matter what it is. Now you've got a nice panel here for the front of your card. Now I just realized this slid, so let me see if I can fix this. Alright, I'm going to bring in my trimmer, and I am just going to square this up, because when I put this on here, I put it on here very crooked. Alright. There we go. And put this down here. There we go. Now roll straight. Alright, so now here we have this panel. So now you can either put it straight on the edge like this, or you can move it over. So let me bring in the happy birthday. And I think I want to put a little bit of yellow on this happy birthday, just so it matches the rest of the card. There we go. And I think I want to put, this is going to be flat, I believe, because I'm going to put this underneath here. Yeah, so this is going to have to be flat. So let me glue these two pieces together. Go. And if you don't have, something that's pointed like this, just a plain rectangle will work just as well. Alright, so now we can decide where we want to put this based on where the happy birthday is going to go. So I'm going to place the happy birthday halfway in between the second and third opening. So now I want this over here. And I'm going to put this over here like this. So I want this space here to be the same as this space over here. Alright, so I'm going to glue this down, but I'm going to leave a little spot where I can slide this in. So I'm not going to put any glue right here right now. So let's see. So we want this about here. And this will go over here. So I'm going to put some glue on this. I'm going to slide this in until the space here and the space here are the same. So like that. There we go. So now I'm going to bring in another piece from this set. And this is something I've had in my stash. And I am going to take this keg and I'm going to slide it right behind there. This also will go on flat. And just put some glue on here. This is a set I bought on Amazon. And I thought it was really cute with this keg. Yeah, and I'll have this as the main piece in another video where I'll show you how to put this together. But look at that. How cute is that? Okay, so now you can decide what you want to do with your 5x7 card. Now what I was thinking is I would make this a Z-fold card. Now you absolutely could glue this to the front, put the inside on the inside, and call it good. So let me get my scoreboard. We'll just make this a little bit more interesting. So when you have your 5x7, you have a 10x7 that's scored at 5. So I'm also going to score this at 2.5. Put that away. Now I'm going to fold this back. And I'll put a good crease in this. Here we go. So now I'm going to glue my panel to this front here. So I'm going to put glue all over the front here. Make sure I get up to the edge. Use my hands, make sure everything is all nice and flush. Press down. And without using any more paper, I've made this a little bit more interesting. Now, I did use the 5x7 here to make this a little bit stiffer here in the front. And this way now it shows white to the inside. But you didn't have to put this on here. If you have paper that's heavy enough, you absolutely don't have to put the extra 5x7 here. So now I have to decorate the inside. So now I have my 3x5. I have the 3.5 by 5.5. Just going to go on here. And I have this piece to go along with it. So I think I want to put a little yellow on here, just because the rest of it has that yellow on it. There we go. And I think I'm going to grab my black. So this is, what is this? This is Obsidian from Gina K. And I'm going to edge this just to give it a little bit more interest. Now to do this, you can either tap it or scrape it across. Both things will get the job done. There we go. Now we'll glue this down. And I like to bring something from the outside of the card to the inside of the card. So there was another piece to this set that was two glasses together. So I'm going to put this one on the inside. Okay, so this will come down like this. Oh, let's make sure it's straight. Now I'm going to glue these down here. But this is going to come like this. So I'm going to put some glue up the side here and decide where I want to put this piece. And I think I want to put it here. Like that. Now I'll glue this whole thing down. Like this. I will put this in the center. Like so. Now I can decide where I want to put this. Do I want to put it hanging off a little bit down here? Or you can put it all the way up here. I kind of like it hanging off a little bit. So, glue this down. Make sure I put a little glue on the handles. Kind of dab that a little bit. And put this over here. And there we go. Layout number 1 is done. Now remember, you could put this on a plain front fold card. You can also put it on a easel card, which I will do in the next video. I'll show you how to make an easel card with doing the whole 5x7. But there it is. So I hope you like this, and I hope you stay tuned and watch the other videos as they come out every week. And until next time, stay crafty. Paper on the table,